Hey everyone, we're starting our live Q&A. Gonna give it a few minutes because the page is loading and it's super slow. So just give it a few seconds and we'll get going here. All right, everyone, welcome to our August 2020 Q&A. I didn't realize it's the end of August already and we hadn't had our Q&A. So we're gonna start one in just a few minutes. Let everyone get into the chat box and join us. If you guys can hear me, let me know. If you can't hear me, let me know as well. We've got some new audio equipment. This is the second time trying it, so hopefully works okay. If it doesn't work, then we'll try something else. But I appreciate you guys coming out. We're going to be doing a live video feed on YouTube later on tonight. It's 7 p.m. here, so we might do a live YouTube Q&A a little bit later and just answer questions if we miss anything. So hi to everyone that's joining us. If you guys have any questions, feel free to write them in the chat and I will get to them as soon as possible. But a lot of you have written in some great questions, so we're going to cover a few things before we start the Q&A. Just let you guys know, Anna and myself are doing okay. Hope you guys are staying safe during this crazy year. I just finished up a work contract, so now I'm off work for a little while, and so I'll be able to make some more videos. But as you guys know, I've been working all summer long after losing my job due to COVID. And so I've been working June, July, and August. It's been a busy month for me, and I've been putting in 14-hour days, and my contract ended, so I'm free now for a little while. So we'll be making more videos. We'll be doing some victim video interviews. We did one a few weeks ago, and we had some great feedback from it. So we're going to be doing more interviews via Skype with victims who'd like to tell their story. So if you guys want to tell your story and you'd like to video chat with me and tell me your story, or if you'd just like to do an audio phone call chat, we can do that, record it, and then we'll upload it to our channel so you can share your story with other people. It definitely does help a lot of victims. So if you guys want to share your story, just inbox us and we'll set up a time. I've got 3 people waiting to do an interview, so after them, whoever's next will be put on the list, so I appreciate it. Anne says hello. She's moderating the comments tonight and viewing, and she's doing okay. We're hanging in there as best we can and hope you guys are as well. So I want to cover something really quick that has been happening on our page. We've had a few things happen. First of all, every anti-scam page on Facebook, last week before, Facebook went through and deleted all the admins' profiles. So a lot of us lost our real, legit Facebook profiles, and Facebook just went through, and anyone who works in the anti-scam community had gotten their real profile removed. We lost 2 of our admins' profiles that we've had for over 10 years. They were legit profiles. One of them we were able to get back, the other we were not. So that's a little bit of corruption coming on Facebook's side. They're just going through and deleting all of anti-scam people's real profiles. So if you don't think Facebook is corrupt, that shows you right there that it is. Another thing I want to cover really quickly, I know a lot of you guys report fake profiles, and that's fine. It's totally up to you. If you guys want to report fake profiles, you're more than welcome to do so. I have my window open. However, when you write R, the letter R on our page, and we don't know if you guys are reporting our posts or reporting the profiles. So if we post a fake profile, you actually have to click on the fake profile link and go to the profile itself to report it. We see people that are writing report it on memes that we make, and they're writing report it on news stories that we share. And that just tells us that you're reporting our page. You're not reporting a scammer. And we're going to start banning people that are writing reported on memes and writing reported on things like that. If you're reporting our page, then you're going to try to shut us down. So if people continue to do that and they're not actually going to the profile, we're going to just start banning left and right, because we can't afford to lose our page to people that are too ignorant to know how to go to a profile and report it. I know most of you guys do the right thing, but a lot of you, even tonight, I had a lady write reported on a meme I made. That makes no sense to me. So just beware what you're reporting and what you're doing. So with that, let's start our Q&A. If you have questions, write them in the chat box. I'll start with the first question that someone wrote to me, and it is, what is the best way to check a photo of the person I'm talking to? I tried to Google and TinEye and nothing came up. Does that mean that he is okay? So here's the thing with Googling a photo. I'm going to try and make a video that is tech friendly, that is really easy to follow on how to check a photo. If you've gone to Google image search, you've gone to TinEye, you've gone to Yandex, and you get no results on a photo, that doesn't mean that the person is legit. What it could mean is that the scammer is using a photo of someone that is not known, and so they won't come up in search. So what you need to do is, if you've checked all the photo sites, you've checked TinEye, you've checked Yandex, you've checked Google, you get nothing. That's when you need to go and listen to what the person is telling you. So you're talking to somebody online, their photos show no results, but they say that they work for the United Nations and that they are a doctor and they asked you for money for their leave. That means it's a scammer. So you have to listen to what they're saying. Don't automatically think that just because the photo doesn't come up in results that the person's legit. Always listen to the story and what they're telling you. A lot of scammers stick to the same story. It's always, I'm a widow, I have a little child, I work for the United Nations, I'm a doctor, I'm a soldier, I'm an oil rig worker, I'm an engineer on an oil rig. They always stick to the same script. So, hi Lisa, good to see you. That's Lisa. So always listen to what they're telling you, and they stick to the same script. They tell you pretty much the same story. My wife died of cancer, car crash, childbirth. So just listen to it. Listen to what they say and don't always go with the photo. And that's the best way to tell. Donna, curious what you are thinking about people playing into the scam. I've seen a few that just keep playing along as a joke. I mean, if you're talking about scam baiting, like people who just play with scammers, it depends. I mean, I scam bait all the time and scam baits. A lot of people do it, but you have to know what you're doing. So if people play along with a scammer, that's a dangerous game because a lot of scammers are hackers. A lot of scammers are very good at what they do, and they can wreck your life. So I don't recommend scam baiting unless you really truly know what you're doing. You know what your equipment has. You know everything about your computer, how they can hack you, what works, what doesn't. If you want to, it's like playing with fire. So make sure you know what you're doing. I don't think amateur people should play with scammers because it can come back to bite you. So be very careful. That's the best advice I have. Carol, is it okay to share a known scammer's profile between the different anti-scam groups so that more people will report it? Yes. That's a complicated question because there are some anti-scam pages that don't get along with others. We're kind of neutral. I don't have any animosity towards any pages. It's good to share the fake profile if you want to get it exposed, get it out there so you can warn people. However, just be very careful. The worst thing you can do is bring us a fake profile with chat and different things and tell us that you've never given it to anybody, and we share it and we find out it's somebody else's work. So always give credit where it's due. Like if you got a posting from a different page, let us know where you got it from so we can give credit, because the worst thing we can do is post something for someone and find out that they stole it from another page. We've had our stuff stolen and posted by other people saying they wrote it. So yeah, I mean, it's okay to expose the profiles to as many anti-scam pages as you can. More exposure the better. But just, be careful if you're taking someone else's chats or screenshots of someone else's chats and saying it was yours, because it'll come back. All the anti-scam pages kind of know each other. I mean, we pretty much all know each other, so just be very careful with that. But yeah, absolutely, more exposure the better. I'm never going to tell you not to go to another anti-scam page. I think it's great if you visit all the legit pages. We all offer something different, so that's a good thing. Next question we had. I'm talking to a man online who is in Afghanistan on a peacekeeping mission. He said I would have to pay for his replacement before he can come home to visit me. Is this true? No, it's a scam. So if you're talking to a soldier online, you're more than likely talking to a scammer. Soldiers who are deployed to places like Afghanistan, Iraq, wherever, they're not going to be online looking for you, looking for love, wanting to chat with you. They're not wanting to get to know you. It'll be a scammer. The military does not require soldiers to pay for a replacement. That's not how the military works. They don't pay for replacements. They don't pay for leaves. They don't pay to retire. They don't have to pay for their medical. They don't need money for iTunes cards. They don't need iTunes cards. They don't need Steam cards. They don't need your bank information. They don't need money for clothing. They don't need money for food. If you're talking to somebody online and they tell you that you have to pay for their replacement, 100% you're talking to a scammer. Block them. Never send money to a so-called soldier online. Sadly, a lot of romance scams, people that fall victim to romance scams fall for military profiles. And I'd say probably 80% of the victims that come to our inbox fall for military profiles. So, no, they don't have to pay for anything. And you don't have to pay for anything. And you also don't have to talk to their commander or any chain of the military. It doesn't work that way. Next question, how can I tell if a celebrity profile is verified? So when you are online and you go to, let's say, your favorite singer, their profile, their fan page, you will be able to hover or tap with your mouse over that blue circle with the little tick. And when you hover over it, a box will come up that says verified profile, celebrity person, whatever. If you don't see that little blue tick, that little blue circle with the tick in it, and if you don't hover over it and it doesn't say verified profile, it's a fake. That's the best way you can tell. Most celebrities have verified celebrity profiles, verified profiles, because they are very famous and they apply for that profile to have that certification. So if you're and also celebrities don't give away money and cars and trips on Facebook or on Instagram. So any of that says giveaway or great game, car giveaway, it's a scam. Lisa said TikTok soldiers are running information on what scammers say. Absolutely. You know, and somebody asked me a while back, how do scammers get this information? Like, how do they find these photos of soldiers? And I could tell you that a lot of soldiers do have real profiles, and they upload their photos to, like, U.S. Army hot guy Instagram profiles where they show themselves bodybuilding, and scammers just steal them off of there. They do it all the time, and they all stick to the same script. As I said, they're always, I'm deployed, I have a little daughter, a little son, he's away at boarding school, he's with the nanny. They all say the same thing. So just see the red flags. It's really easy to look for these red flags if you know what you're looking for. How can they use other countries' phone numbers even they're not there? Scammer the U.S. phone number, but actually Malaysia. Really easy to do. So I have 3 phone numbers from 3 different states that I use to bait scammers. I live in Oregon. What scammers do, and it's really easy, they go to textnow.com, KALL8.com, then they go to Google, and there's a couple other ones. What they basically do is they sign up with an email, and they pick whatever state they want to be from. Say they want to be from California. They'll tick California, they'll pick an area code, and it generates them a phone number. What it is an actual app that they get on their phone, and they sign into it, and they can call you from that phone number. It's a VoIP voicemail number. So you could be in a place like Nigeria and have a California phone number, and when I would call you, it would come up from California. But what it is it's an actual voicemail number. It's an app they're using, and a lot of people, will fall for these scammers because they think, well, he said he's from California City and his area code is, Los Angeles, so he must be real. It's a scammer using a free voicemail number. And unfortunately, these companies make it very easy to get free voicemail numbers, and that's what they use. So you could be talking to somebody anywhere in the world. Doesn't matter what their phone area code says. We've had scammers that have gotten SIM cards and that have ordered phones from people like in Germany. And so they get the SIM card, they get on someone's T-Mobile or Verizon or whatever accounts they use in Germany for phone service, and they'll actually have a German phone number, but they'll be in Nigeria. They're using a victim's phone account to order phones. We've had victims from Telstra in Australia who have, given somebody their password to pay their bill, and a scammer has ordered phones or gotten on their account and ported themselves a number from Australia, but the scammer's in Ghana. They do it all the time. So phone numbers are not reliable. They really aren't. Carol, if I dig deeper into a scammer's real Facebook profile, do they know I'm clicking around, reading comments, or looking at their friends? No. No. The only time they would know is if you accidentally hit like on something or you accidentally comment on it. Otherwise, they don't know. I check people's profiles all the time through the page, and people don't know we're looking at them. No, they won't know. Phyllis says he's a contractor on an oil rig, needs money to pay for Wi-Fi. $3,000, which is to pay for his men's Wi-Fi. Yeah, no, it's a scammer. $3,000 for Wi-Fi, that's quite a bit. I pay like $80. People on oil rigs don't need you to pay for anything. I told this story before. I lived with a gentleman who worked on a real oil rig in Texas when I was in my 20s, and he never paid for anything. He stayed out for 2 weeks. He came back. He made thousands of dollars. He had everything he needed. He even was able to chat with his family. He didn't need any of that stuff. So it's definitely a scammer. And these oil companies, keep in mind, these oil rigs are worth billions of dollars. They have insurance, they have coverage, they have everything. They even have private chefs on these oil rigs who actually cook for the staff. So if anyone's telling you that, it's definitely a scam. Thanks, Diane. They're one of my favorites. So, but next question we have is, I talked to a fake profile with it a few weeks ago. He knew I was unemployed because of the pandemic, and I called him out for being a fake. Now I'm getting random messages from men who want to be my sugar daddy and ask for my Cash App and bank information. They want to give me money. What's this about? Why am I getting so many messages from these strangers? So sugar daddy scams are growing astronomically. What is happening because of the pandemic? Like myself, you might be unemployed at this time. People know, scammers in places like Ghana, Nigeria, India, wherever, Malaysia, they know that the U.S. is kind of messed up right now. A lot of people are out of work. A lot of people are struggling. And so what had happened is they will ask you straight out. I've had fake profiles ask my fake old lady profile, are you working because of the pandemic? And, if you tell them no, what happens is they'll try and talk to you as a sugar daddy. And they'll come to you and they'll say, oh, I want to send you money, sweetheart. What's your Cash App? And so they'll ask for your Cash App name. But that's not all they ask for. What they'll actually ask you for is your routing number and your account number and your password for your information to your bank account. And sometimes scammers will send you money. They'll send you a couple $100 and say, here, sweetie, here's $200 for you to get you through the week. And what happens is they have your passwords. They will get into your bank account. They may send you $200, but they may also clean you out completely, or they'll use your account as a vessel to filter stolen money. So if someone's offering you online to send you money just because they want to, it's always going to be a scam, and it's always going to be someone who's trying to get your bank information or use your account as a tool to filter stolen money or commit wire fraud. Or they may be waiting for you. They may send you $200 into your Cash App or your bank account, and then they're waiting for your unemployment check. And the minute your unemployment check hits that direct deposit, that money's going to be gone. So never give anyone your Cash App bank. You can give people your Cash App. Obviously, people use it. I've used it. It's an easy way to transfer money. But don't give people your routing number. Don't give people your password. Don't give people your Gmail passwords. Don't give any of that out. Never do that, because it's going to always be a scammer who's going to lock you out of your Gmail, lock you out of your social media, and lock you out of your bank account. And then you're really in a lot of trouble. So, Belle, my sister is talking to someone in Chile. He wants her to Western Union some money to Miami. Is he having her send it to a money mule, or is it really him? It's probably a money mule. If he's in Chile and he wants money sent to Florida, that doesn't... It's going to be a money mule. It's probably somebody... He's probably not even in Chile. He's probably in somewhere like Nigeria or Ghana or wherever. And he's telling you, oh, send it to Florida and then I can get it from there. So it's going to be a scammer, and he's going to be using a money mule from Florida. And that person in Florida will probably send that money forward to wherever he's at. Hi, Ann. So just be very, very careful. She definitely needs to block him, and above all, don't send money. Never send money to someone you've never met. I don't care if you're in a relationship with them, if they're the love of your life. If you've never met them in person, you've never spent any amount of time with them, don't send them money. Never send them money. And it comes down to, you know what? I'm not a rich person. I don't even have a job right now because of COVID. My job just ended. You know what? I would never ask anybody for money. I would just survive. And so these people that are online, and they're engineers and doctors and gold buyers and all these wonderful, professions, but they need you to send them a $100 iTunes card. It's a scammer. Real people that have good professions, that are doctors and oil rig workers and that kind of stuff, they don't need your money. They don't need your iTunes cards. They don't need anything. They make more money than we'll ever make. It's ridiculous. So just remember that. You got to look at the whole picture. You're talking to a doctor online, but he needs you to buy him an iTunes card. No. Doesn't work that way. Cindy, the profile I was talking about saying URL name. Oop, hang on. Chat goes really fast. I was saying the URL and profile name different. I've seen that and know what it means, but other name they're using as a Gmail, does that mean they're two different people? It could be, and I mean, it just depends. Some scammers use the same email, but they use 3 different profiles with 3 different names. It really depends. But look, um, at the end of the day, if you're talking to somebody online and their name is Bob Smith, but their URL is, Michael Oyewale, and their Gmail address is sandrajones@gmail.com, there's something very wrong. People do have different Facebook URLs. Like my Facebook URL is my name with some other stuff with it, but it relates to things I like. There's a lot of people, like if your name is Bob Smith and your URL is Mr. Handyman, that could mean that you're a handyman. But blatantly, hi Lisa, blatantly fake, the other Lisa, blatantly fake email, profile names like I said, Bob Smith, and his name is Big Money Baller NG. That's going to be a Nigerian scammer, and that's the best way to see it as a red flag. But a lot of people don't look at URLs, and it surprises us in the inbox how many people actually do not look at a URL. They'll bring us a fake soldier profile named Bob Jones, and they'll say, well, I can't tell if he's real or not. And I said, well, his URL says Yahoo Boy Nigeria 666. Oh, does that mean he's a scammer? Yes. So always look at the URLs. It's really easy to do. It takes you 2 seconds and you can find out a lot of answers. The same goes for when you're on a profile and you look at their photos and you look at the likes on their photos. So let's say you're talking to a 50-year-old engineer who works at Shell Gas, and his name is Thomas Johnson. Okay. But you click on the likes on his photo, and it's 15 Nigerian kids, 6 from Ghana, and 2 of them say Yahoo Money. It's a scammer from that part of the world. It's really easy to check these things before you even get into a conversation with these people. Yvette, my bank account and email got hacked a couple of times. My bank did refund me the money that was taken. I changed my passwords and everything. They still managed to get into my bank account. How are they doing this? It depends. You know what? If you haven't ran an antivirus check on your phone or your computer, wherever you do your online banking, you may have a virus, a malware virus, or it's like a keystroke tracking virus on your computer. So no matter how many times you change your password or your name or your information, they actually have a virus on your computer that they're checking what you type in. And that could be one of the reasons and how they're doing it. I've seen that happen quite a few times. What I recommend, Malwarebytes, do a scan. Norton Antivirus, it's worth it just to do a scan and make sure that you don't have anything on your computer. And I had one finally come clean after a year. He told me he wanted me to support. So yeah, scammers do come clean. Scammers do confess. I've had a lot of them confess to me, and to Ann as well. They'll confess to you and they'll tell you, I'm so poor, I'm so hungry, I have nothing. The reality of it is, and I talked to a lady who I had a great interview with this lady last year. She fell in love with her scammer. She went to Nigeria to live with him, to be with him, and she stayed about 3 months with him, and he told her, you know what, the really, really poor people of Nigeria don't have internet, they don't have phones, they don't have electricity. Those are the people that are hungry. The ones that have an iPhone, that have internet access, that are able to, have an ID so they can go and get the money from Western Union, or they can open a bank account. They're not poor. Internet costs money there. If they have money to get on the internet, if they have money for an iPhone, they're not poor. So the ones that are online giving you this spiel of how they haven't eaten in 10 days, it's just crap. The really poor people in these parts of Africa are not on the internet, period. So if you're talking to a scammer and they confess and they still want you to send them money, just block them. It's not worth it. You know what? You want to help the poor people in places like Nigeria and Ghana and West Africa. I'm all for helping the poor people. I'm all for helping poverty. I'm all about that. But make sure you're giving to a charitable donation to a legit charity, not to someone that's telling you, dear, I'm so poor, I'm so hungry, I have to scam, and I have a $2,000 gold iPhone. I don't feel sorry for people like that. Deborah, how do you look at a URL? I got an instructional video on how to do that. I'll post it later so you can take a look and check URLs. It's really simple and easy to do on phone and on computer. Takes a few seconds. I will post how to do that a little bit. So we have a couple more questions that people have written in. What's the go with getting weird packs of seeds from China, and what should I do about it? That's an interesting question. I've never gotten the weird seeds from China. However, people have. So if you live in the U.S., and I think this is happening in New Zealand now, um, if you're getting seeds in the mail, you should bring them to your fish, wildlife, agricultural place near your home and give them to them. Don't plant them. Don't play with them. Don't open them. Don't mess with them. Um, just give them to them and just be done with it. Don't be scared. Just give it to your local agricultural place and they'll take care of them. Um, but yeah, people are getting seeds. I've never gotten any. I don't get much in my mail, so. The fraud is happening on my iPhone. I don't have my banking on my computer. The computer's for business only. So I would suggest you scan your iPhone for viruses because it sounds like they might have access to your iPhone. It can happen quite a bit. So I would recommend just running an antivirus scan. I have Norton on my phone, and I just run a scan once a month, and it tells me if I have any viruses or anything. But that's probably the best thing to do. If it's still happening, and it's you've ran an antivirus scan. The other thing you might want to do is call Apple or call your phone provider and have them change your ID. Maybe have them change out your SIM card. Try that as a last resort, but that's definitely concerning that they keep getting into your bank account. I can only think of maybe it's a virus on your phone. So. Next question we have. My online boyfriend has never cam chatted with me because he says he needs a new phone to do so and wants me to buy him one. Am I being scammed? Yes. So you're talking to somebody online and they tell you, I can't video chat with you because I need a new phone. Buy me one. No. You don't buy people phones. No one's bought me a phone in my whole life. Look, I've had phones that are really super expensive. Like I think the most expensive phone I had was like a Samsung Galaxy. And I've had phones that are like $40 from Walmart, just like the Straight Talk phones. Every single one had a camera. This one has a camera. This phone was like $80. So when you're talking to somebody online and they tell you that they can't video chat with you, you're talking to a scammer. Everyone can video chat. I'm sitting here. I have a cheap laptop, a cheap phone, and a nice camera on my computer. I have cameras everywhere. I could video chat with anybody anytime. I can also go to a place like Starbucks. We have a Starbucks across the street from my house that offers video chat. They actually have the ability to have, you can rent a laptop and do video chats and conferences with people. So you can video chat. And if someone is telling you they can't, then it's absolutely, absolutely a scammer. So just block them and move on. And again, it comes from as well, if you're video chatting with somebody, ask them to do something. Ask them to write your name on a piece of paper and then hold it up next to their face while on video. Or ask them to stand up and point their thumbs up and go like this. Whatever, have them do something on cue. Because a lot of scammers, as you know, are playing video recordings of soldiers, and it's like, oh, I video chatted with him for 30 seconds. It's a recording. And we have plenty of recordings of scammers who have dubbed over a real soldier's video with their own voice, and the accent and the voice does not match the video. So be very careful with that. Always video chat, always ask. And if someone really wants to love you and be with you, they'll video chat with you. They're not going to refuse. How can people fall in love with you and want to marry you if they won't even video chat? So just remember that. Hi, Peggy. I'm sorry if I miss any of your questions. If I do, just write them again. I keep seeing suspicious wanting to give you free stuff for Amazon reviews. Is it so they can hack your Amazon account? It could be. With Amazon, I never give out my password to anybody. I have an Amazon account. I order stuff on Amazon. Doing reviews is one thing. I do reviews on products that I've bought, but if someone wants your account information or any of that to send you free stuff, it's going to be definitely a scam. They can get into your financial information. Your credit card's on file with Amazon. So. Dylan's question, why do people romance scam women? Well, they romance scam men and women. We have just as many men who get romance scammed as women do. I had a gentleman the other day who lost his whole pension to a female photo romance scammer. It depends. You know what? A lot of ladies are out there that are looking for love. They look for love online. And so you see a lot of dating profiles and legit ladies looking for love, and the scammers know that. And they will go on and try to start a romance scam. And just keep in mind, like I said, victims come from all walks of life, all genders. There's all kinds of people that get scammed. It's not just a typical, it's not a 40-year-old divorced woman who gets scammed. It's a 20-year-old guy who gets scammed. It's a 60-year-old grandma that gets scammed. It could be anybody. And you know what? There's scammers that come in many forms. There's scammers that actually use their real photo, and they scam you that way. We all know that, scammers come in all shapes, forms, and sizes. Let's see. Linda has a question. I was recently texted by a man named Steve and went right to WhatsApp. One of his texts was suspicious, so I Googled it and found the same text word for word that he sent me. He told me his name was Steve, but on Scam Warners, his name was Thomas Anderson. I blocked him. Yeah, it's probably just a popular stolen photo used by a lot of scammers. And keep in mind, like, if you're talking to somebody online and they are like the Casanova of poetry, Google that. Like, if you're talking to somebody online, you just met them, maybe you talked for a couple days, and they sit there and say, oh, you're my rose, my everything, and they send you a poem. Google that poem, because most times it's just stolen from a poetry site. Scammers go to poetry sites, copy and paste a poem, and boom, send it to you and tell you, oh, this is how you make me feel, I wrote this for you. Scam. It's always a scam. And that's how they emotionally manipulate people, so just remember that. I just want to say thank you. You have helped me a lot when it comes to scammers. You're welcome. Anna and myself are always glad to help you. She works the inbox as well, so it's not just me. Please don't think it's just me. We both work this together. With that being said, keep in mind that it is just Anna and I who run this page. We are the only two who work for Scamming Scammers Action and the YouTube channel. I solely do the YouTube channel, but we both do the page. So if you're talking to anybody who tells you they work for us or they're part of our team, we don't have a team. It's just the two of us. So we have a lot of friends that come to the page and bring us fake profiles and help us out, and we appreciate that. But just keep in mind that as far as chatting in the inbox, it's her or me. You don't get anybody else. And there's never been anybody else who works for us. So just remember that. Next question we have. I keep getting told military are not allowed on social media. Is this right? Does that mean every single military profile on Facebook is fake? No. So let's clear this up. Carol, answer your question. Yes, they can have a camera with a voicemail number. Google Voice and Text now allows video chat. So yes, they can. So let's answer this question for good. Military people are allowed to have social media. There's a very popular misconception that military men and women are not allowed on social media. They're not allowed on Instagram. They're not allowed on Facebook. That's bullshit. Excuse my language, but it is. Military people have social media. We have 3 people that come to our page who have come to our page for since 2013, who are in the military. One is retired, one just retired, and one is active duty. All 3 of them have social media. All 3 of them have Instagram. They have YouTube. They stream on Twitch, and they have Facebook. Here's the thing. Real military people have social media. They're allowed to have social media. However, real military men and women are not online trying to chat to you. They're not trying to friend request strangers. They're not sending you photos of roses and saying, I'm deployed to Iraq, honey, here's a rose, I miss you. They're not doing that. Real military men and women, and I'm friends with a guy who did 2 tours in Afghanistan, and I can tell you he has hundreds of friends. He's very legit, but his hundreds of friends are all military guys. They're all, the hardcore buff military dudes that, go dirt bike riding and that love to shoot and love to do the camping and the real, testosterone-driven guy stuff. So if you're talking to a soldier profile online and he has like 3 friends, 2 of them are from Thailand, one's from Malaysia, and they're all women, and he's got a photo of himself and he's got a photo of a flower as a wallpaper, that's going to be a scammer. That's going to be a scammer. Military people do have social media. They video chat. They do all that stuff. On Instagram, Sir Jumps a lot. We all know him, Josh Porter. He has Instagram. He has hundreds of videos, hundreds of photos of him and his girl and his family, whatever. They do have social media. But they have their own friends. They have their own network. They're not looking for friends. They're not looking for love online and sending, sending a woman in Thailand a random friend request because they want to get to know you better. That's not how it works. So yeah, military people do have social media. They're allowed to. Gabrielle, have you watched 90 Day Fiancé with Yolanda and Williams? Yes, that's my favorite show. I've been addicted to that show since the first day it came out. I feel sorry for Yolanda, but her story is a typical romance scam story. And sometimes, victims, get into denial. And that's kind of what happened with her, and I hope that she's doing better now, but it does happen. And I have watched the whole show. I've watched everybody on the show. I love the show. Lisa and the story with Usman, all that. I've watched that continuously, and Lisa as well, really got screwed over by him, by Usman. So, do scammers send their mule to a victim's door to buzz a doorbell? I'm getting this lately. Neighbors saw him hiding his face. Possibly. We've had victims who have had scammers' family, like, a scammer in Nigeria, but he's got family in Chicago, and he actually sent one of his family members to a victim's house to try and get money from her. They can. My advice to you would be call the police if someone shows up that you don't know. I'm a very direct person, so if someone showed up at my door, I'd open it up and ask them what the hell they want. But yeah, call the police. I mean, it's possible they could send a mule, money mule, or even a victim who doesn't know who you are, and they're being sent to your house for some other reason. They might be innocent in the whole thing as well. But when in doubt, call the cops, or like if you're me, just go out there and ask what you want. But yeah, thank you, Ann, for the kind words. Appreciate it. But yeah, I binge watch 90 Day. I've always watched it. So. Next question we have. I'm new to your page and I keep seeing Kelvin. WTF is that? So Kelvin is a popular name used by scammers on fake profiles, so it's become kind of a joke to our page. We have our Kelvin of the day where we feature a fake profile named Kelvin. We make memes with Kelvin, and that's all it is. It's just kind of a joke to the scammers. We make fun of the fact that they use the name Kelvin, and so we use it for everything we do. And that's why, if you're new to our page. Gabrielle, what do you think about Michael and Angela? Do you think he's using her? I think they're a weird relationship. In the beginning I thought yes, and then a part of me thinks maybe he really does care and love her, but she's awfully she's awfully abusive to him verbally. She has a lot of trust issues. I think he definitely wants to come to America. I think he definitely wants a green card, but I think a little part of me thinks their relationship kind of works. It's just very toxic and very dynamically strange. But yeah, I like them both. I've never met either one of them, but I mean, I have nothing bad to say about either one other than Angela yells a lot, but it makes for good TV. So, next question. He sent me a copy of his ID card and passport to show me he's real. I found out he's not. So how do they steal someone's ID or passport? Really easy. So a couple things. Bella, I was used as a money mule, but I didn't know. Will the FBI come after me? Likely not. We've only seen one or two victims of being a money mule that actually got in trouble, and they were money muling tens of thousands of dollars. So you'll probably be okay. But it's always good to keep a police report if you want to, and just make sure that you are very careful and let them know. Always be honest with law enforcement and what happens. So. But to answer your question, how did the scammers send a passport or ID? This is how scammers farm people's IDs. So what they do is they create a fake profile, like say Ellen. They make an Ellen DeGeneres giveaway profile, and they message people and they say, "You've won the Ellen contest," or "You've won the Publishers Clearinghouse." Oh, great! How do I get my money? So then the scammer will tell the victim, all you have to do is send me a photocopy, a picture of your ID. So what people do? Oh, I won $1 million. Okay, let me take a photo of my ID and I'll send it to you. They send it to the scammer. The scammer now has a photo of your ID. They might take that ID, turn around and make a fake persona with your photo, and that's how they get them. I've seen a lot of scammers get them that way, and then they also make fake IDs and passports. We've seen millions of them that look like total crap, and they're fake. We have a video dedicated and an album here dedicated just to fake passports and fake IDs. So just keep in mind, if you're talking to somebody online and you've only talked to them for a short time and they already want to send you their ID and their passport, something's very, very wrong. Very wrong. Real people don't do that. I would never send you my passport. I don't know you. If I met you in person, then yeah, I might let you look at my driver's license. But online, no, I'm not going to give you that information. So if someone is very forthcoming with their information like that, something is very wrong, and they're likely a scammer. So I seen a question, Carla. What if the scammer threatened you to kill you and harass you? What should you do? Nothing. Block them. So we have this happen quite often. We have victims who come to us and say, I'm terrified of the scammer because he threatened to kill me. So what? So you're being threatened to be killed by probably a 16-year-old kid from Ghana. He's not going to kill you. Scammers make threats to kill victims or to harm victims or send people to your house or I'm going to come and kill you because they're desperate for money. It's like a last-ditch attempt to get money from you. It's a way to instill fear. The best thing you can do is block them. Good night, Gabrielle. Thanks for coming. Block them. Don't reply to them. Don't show them fear. Don't say, oh, I'm sorry, please don't harm me, or, please leave me alone. Don't say anything. Just block them. And if they continue to harass you, just keep blocking them. And if they're sending you messages via Facebook that are threatening, turn them over to Facebook and then block them. Keep in mind that the threats are empty. I mean, in all the years Anna and myself have been doing this, I cannot tell you how many times I've had scammers threaten to kill me. I'm still here. I had a scammer one time was able to obtain my work address, and he threatened to send people to work to kill me. I worked there for 4 years, nothing ever happened. So if you get threats, just block the scammer. Don't be scared. Don't pay them. Don't give them anything. Don't let the fear get to you. I know it's scary, especially if like you live alone or you're like a single mom with kids or what. Don't worry. They're not going to come to your house. A lot of these scammers can't even leave their little neighborhood, let alone come across the country to kill you. And especially with COVID right now, no one's going to come to your house to kill you because no one can travel. So don't be scared. And if you're getting harassed to the point that it is scaring you, inbox Anna and myself here at the page, and we'll take a look at the person who's doing it and see what they're about. But never be scared. We had another woman said she was scammed. Her profile showed nothing out of the ordinary after she was accepted. She posted text messages and other stuff. Said she got her money back through a company. Okay. So here's the thing. We had a lady last month who came to the page and said that she got her money back and she was scammed. She said that she was scammed by Anna and myself. We've never scammed anyone in my life. I've never taken money from anybody. And then she was telling a lot of other people on this page that she had gotten $30,000 back from a recovery. There is no such recovery company. There is no such recovery agents. There's no scam agents that get your money back. There's nobody that can do that for you. So if you're getting a message from someone that says, hey, I got my money back from blah, blah, blah agent or so-and-so recovery company or an asset recovery company, it's a scam. And what they do is they ask for your bank account information. They ask you for a fee. And either they take the fee that you've paid them and they disappear, or they'll put money in your account. Let's say you lost $10,000. They may put $30,000 in your account, ask you to keep 10, take that other 20 and forward it to somebody, and they're making you a money mule, and they're using your account for wire fraud. So if you're talking to somebody online and they say, oh, I can get your money back, it is a scam. No, there's no such company that can recover your money, and this is why. A scammer gets money. They spend it. It's gone. They can't get it back. There's nothing to get back. It's gone. It's like when you get paid on payday, you take your money and you pay your rent, you pay your bills. You can't get the money back. They spend it faster than you can say hello. So, there's no entity that can get your money back. It's just a scam. It's called a reload scam, and unfortunately people are falling for it, and they're falling for people who think they've gotten their money back, and in reality they're money mules. They're committing wire fraud and become a money mule. So if anyone tells you they can get your money back for you, just block them. It's 100% a scam all the time. So just remember that. And also, this is the last thing I want to say at the end of our questions is it comes down to when you're talking to somebody online, treat them just like you would treat somebody at a bar. If you were at a bar or a nightclub or a grocery store or a library or a church and you met somebody online and they said, show me your passport, dear, show me your ID, show me your bank account information, you wouldn't do it. Don't do it to somebody you just met online. Treat it like in person. Too many people, and it really disheartens me, that people will give somebody on the internet their passport, their ID, their bank information right off the bat. It makes no sense. So don't do it. Treat everyone you meet online like a stranger. And I'm not saying you can't find somebody online. You can find love online. You can find friends online. I met tons of cool people from the internet. But be very cautious and don't give out your personal information. That's the worst thing you can do. So just be very careful. Treat it like you're in person. So if anyone has any questions, hello. from Thailand. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have in the chat. We're going to be doing another Q&A in September, and I'll be making a ton of videos in September because I'm not working right now, so I'll have more time to make a bunch of videos until I go back to work. We're also doing, as I said, victim interviews. If you want to do a Skype interview with me and talk about your experience with a scammer, or if you wanted to stay anonymous and do it over the phone, I've been calling victims as well and doing a phone interview. If you want to get in on that and you'd like your story told, you can inbox us here, and we will definitely set you up with a interview. Telling your story might help you, and it might help a lot of other victims as well to let them know that they're not alone. So we appreciate it. We'll be doing a live Q&A on YouTube later on this evening, probably in a few hours. It'll be really late, like 10, 11 o'clock at night. I'm going to try and call some scammers. I got a scammer that is talking to Betty, who says he's been in a coma for 10 months, and he came out of a coma, and I'm the only person he could remember. So we're going to try and call him later, and also Betty has won the Publishers Clearinghouse. So we're going to try to call scammers later on YouTube and do just a fun and informal chat. So if you guys want to join us on YouTube, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Scamming Scammers, you'll get a notification when I go live later tonight. So thanks to everyone who came out. As I said, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them now. Otherwise, we'll end this Q&A for August, and we'll be doing another one, as I said, probably the mid to end of September. But we'll be doing more videos and more stuff. To address a couple things with our YouTube channel, some of you guys have asked for a mailing address for us and for a Patreon. It's not something that Ann and myself really wanted to do, but we had a lot of people ask. So we will be setting up a Patreon and setting up a mailing address where if you guys want to send cards or letters or whatever, we're going to do that. We've had people just keep asking, so we will definitely get that. And if you need help, you can find us on our inbox, and also to address on YouTube. I do answer YouTube comments, but I can't do all of them. We have over 200 videos, so I can't get to every comment on YouTube. So if you need help right away, come to Scamming Scammers Action. Come to our inbox. We will help you. Hi, Alan. Hi, Sammy. And we'll definitely answer you. We always answer our inbox within 12 hours. So if you need help, find us there. We also have a Gmail. It's scammingscammers@gmail. If you need help right away and it's something urgent, please inbox us on Facebook first, because I don't check the Gmail every day. So thank you guys for coming. I appreciate all of you guys. If you missed our Q&A, we will go ahead and upload it to YouTube after a while. Hi, Melania. Nice to see you. Glad you're doing well. And it's good to see all of our page regulars. So thanks again. If I missed any questions or you need any help, inbox. I'll be working the page, and we'll be working the page as well. And we'll see you in September. Stay safe, stay healthy, and don't give money to people that you don't know. All right. We'll see you guys in September. Be well. We'll see you next time. Bye.